In this video, I want to explain how this mock-up document works. So once you've completed your yearbook cover design, you've checked for any typos, spelling errors, you're going to take your design and create a realistic mock-up using this file. And it's really quite simple. If we take a look at our layers palette, you'll notice that we've got these special little layers, and one's called back cover, one's called cover, and one's called book edge / spine. And these are the only 3 layers we need to worry about. And I'm going to show you how to take elements from your cover and place them into the mock-up. So I'm going to go over here to my book cover design, which is very minimal. I just have the front cover, the back cover, and the spine. And I've added in a background pattern just to give it a little more context. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off by selecting our rectangular selection tool, and we're going to use the guides to help us out. Now I'm going to start my selection over here where these 2 guides intersect. Remember that the part that falls outside of this area, all the way around the edge, we wouldn't see that on the cover itself because that gets wrapped around the cardboard. So we're going to start by making a selection here. And we're going to click and drag until our selection lines up with that guide that represents the edge of the spine on the right-hand side. And we're going to release. We've got a selection. And then we're going to go to the Edit menu, and we're going to select Copy Merged. And what that allows us to do is take a copy of everything that's within that selection area that's on any layer in our document. So I'm going to select Copy Merged, and then I'm going to go to my book mockup file. And the area that we just selected represents the front cover. So I'm going to double click on this cover layer, and it will open up into its own window. And then I'm just going to go to Edit, Paste. And everything that I just copied using that Copy Merge command is now in the canvas area. I'm going to switch to my Move tool just because it's a good thing to do. And then I'm going to press Command S to save, or I can always go to the File menu to save as well. And now that I've saved this change, I can close this. And when I return to my mockup file, you can see that that area now looks like it's on the front cover of an actual book. And we're going to repeat this process with the back cover. I'm going to press Command D to deselect, reselect my rectangular selection tool, and I'm going to start by clicking where those 2 lines intersect. And I'm going to move down to the bottom guide, and I'm going to line up my selection so that it aligns with the guide running along the left-hand side of the spine. I'm going to go to Edit, Copy Merged, go back to my mockup, and this time I'm going to double click on the back cover, and it opens up into its own window. I'm going to go to Edit, Paste, and if for some reason the size doesn't quite match up, it's pretty simple to just press Command T and just resize it a little bit. And then press Enter to enter in that change. Command S to save, or File, Save. I can then close that extra little window once it's finished saving. And when I return to my cover template, you can see that the back cover is now in position. And the last thing we want to do is we want to add that little piece of artwork for the spine. So again, we're going back to our cover template. We're going to press Command D to deselect. We're going to reselect our rectangular selection tool. And we're going to use our guides to help us. And we're going to select just the area of our design that falls within those 2 middle guides that represent the spine. Once we have our selection, just like we did before, we're going to go to Edit, Copy Merged. I'm going to go to my mockup, And this time we're going to select and double click on the book edge spine. So I'm going to double click on the thumbnail. It's going to open up into its own window. I'm going to select my move tool and I'm just going to zoom out a bit and I'm going to go to edit, paste. And if it's a little small, I'm just going to press Command T to transform and I'm going to scale it up so it fills in that area entirely. I'm going to press enter to enter in that change, reposition as necessary just by using my nudge keys, save, close, and check my template file. Now, if you're finding that things aren't quite aligned, it's okay. You can just go back in and make that change. In this case, I just need to nudge this over so the original blue doesn't show up. And if I still need to increase the size or do some tweaking, I can do that. Resave, go back to my cover template, and see how it's looking. So I can keep tweaking if I need to make some modifications, saving each time I need to make a change, and going back to my mockup file until I'm happy with the way things are looking. And that's it.